It's like, what is this about? I don't get it. I don't know why is he
And
here?
what happened to those guys? They get slammed?
They got prosecuted.
I mean, did they get convicted?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. As I recall. But Poe went in there and he gave up his entire history. When a person reads this, when they go to Old Gangsters and Young Guns and they read this, the question has got to be, as they're reading his very long introduction. When I say introduction, I mean they're introducing him and going through his entire history. How the defense sat there and let him go through his whole history. Who gave you your first package? And Alpo say their name, first and last name, who they were, how old he was, and where they are now. And he went from the very first person that he did something with at like 16. He went from that person all the way up until they brought his ass in. Every person, first and last name, who they were, what they gave him, what he did with them, what. This is what he was sitting there doing. Yeah, it's bizarre, bro. It's bizarre.
Let me ask you a question. Did he even get out early? Was he making money maybe doing that? Because he didn't get out. I mean, he did because he didn't have a life thing. He cooperated. So
the agreement was 20. What it came down to between Maryland and Virginia combined, it was 26 and a half years he had to do.
Which he pretty much did, right?
He did basically that whole time.
So his 12 years later doing that testifying, maybe was that him just making money?
Maybe. But
I mean, they get paid. I mean,
part of what he does. It was part of what he did.
Well, I'm saying 12 years later, I doubt if he would have been. I mean, he didn't get out even more earlier for that. I'm just trying to think of what he would have.
It was what he did. That was part of the agreement. The agreement is you work with the government.
Oh, so he probably got a little. I mean, he may have gotten a little extra expert witness pay.
Them though.
Yeah,
yeah. They paid them. Like when they get out, like they get a car, they'll get a house, they get some money. Like when they're in that witness protection shit, they do that.
Oh, they have to help him make money.
First, he didn't want to do it. At first, he didn't want to do the witness protection at all. At first, another old gangster from back, back in the days, he told me that he told him to do it because they give you a lump sum of money.
So, what do you think? What's the legacy of Alpo? And then I got some other big news for them involving. Well, I'm not going to say exactly, but possible news involving BMF. But what's the legacy of Alpo and I mean, people like the street dream has been like rekindled to some extent, especially the pandemic stuff was so loose. Like I was like, man, they said it's worse than the 80s. They just selling anything anywhere to anybody with no repercussions. What's the legacy of Alpo, and does him getting killed, is that in a way almost like bad in that it symbolizes like, oh, well, the street rules really are in effect. They killed him. Yeah, kill snitches. Like what does it all mean, if anything? Or is it just more randomness?
I mean, realistically, it's just more randomness.
Okay.
It's just more randomness.
Or to use your word, arbitrariness.
Yeah, it's just more arbitrariness. That's it. I mean, this probably stems from, something that he did since he's been home. I don't know why people don't think that, but it's probably something he did since.
Is Cavario giving us a secret insight, or you're just sort of
I'm just giving the benefit of my experience,
knowing his personality,
knowing him, and it's probably something that he's done. I mean,
or could have hit somebody's girl or something.
Yeah, he was always good for that. He didn't really change much.
Oh, he didn't seem like a difference. Because some people do seem different after prison. He didn't.
No, he didn't really seem different. He didn't really seem different at all. And I don't think he thought there was a need to change. I think he thought he was just like he should be.